The Hilton Garden Inn Terre Haute House at 750 Wabash Avenue. While the current building is not historic, the corner on which it sits certainly is. The first Terre Haute house was built by prominent early Terre Haute resident Chauncey Rose, who called it the Prairie House because it was located in the prairie several blocks east of the village. Rose operated this original hotel from 1838 to 1841. When federal funding for continued construction of the National Road dried up in 1840, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who supervised construction of the highway, departed the community, the hotel was closed. With the anticipated opening of the Wabash and Erie Canal at Terre Haute in 1849, Rose reopened the hotel that year and in 1855 renamed it the Terre Haute House. He also added a fourth floor of guest rooms at that time. In 1888, a group of local businessmen formed the Terre Haute Hotel Company and purchased the Terre Haute House from Rose. From the time they acquired the building, there was a pronounced need to update the city's once elegant hotel. The remodeling of the Terre Haute House in 1892 substantially changed the hotel's appearance, converting straight and uncompromising walls and windows into a modern hotel of Romanesque design. While it wasn't a new building per se, the remodel was so dramatic that it is considered to be the second Terre Haute House building. Eventually, Crawford Fairbanks purchased the hotel and property and promised to demolish the existing structure and build a new hotel on a much grander scale on the site. Following the demolition of the old hotel, work began on the new Terre Haute House in the spring of 1927. It opened on July 2, 1928, to great fanfare and high hopes. This third building is the one most local residents remember when they think of the Terre Haute House. Tony Holman bought the Terre Haute House in 1959. Unfortunately, it was not spared the indignities of the decline of Terre Haute's downtown following the vast developments on the city's south side in the 1960s. The old hotel lost much of its business to the newer hotels and motels. 42 years after it opened, the Terre Haute House closed to guests on July 4, 1970, but the building stood at this corner for another 35 years. The building was eventually demolished, and in 2007, the new Hilton Garden Inn opened for business, now the fourth hotel building on this historic corner, and has significantly contributed to the renaissance of Terre Haute's downtown district.